chart that we need to talk about today, because if you are not buying Bitcoin at the latest moment right now, you're gonna miss a massive opportunity that I'm going to show you based on that one chart that I will show you here in a moment. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here again on this Monday. I almost forgot again which day it is today. Insane. You know, I was already shopping a little bit. Let's see how many people we have here right now. We have here, oh, directly 100. 100. Really nice, guys. Now that we are already at 100, guys, smash up the like button, obliterate the like button, guys. We need to get more people in here, and that only happens if you press the like button. So come on, 140 people here. Smash the like button, cost you nothing. Just a second to click the like button. Let's do it, guys. And let me, by saying that, jump directly into the DXY here. You can see here we're getting today a massive rejection to the downside in the DXY. If we can close today here under 108 points, I would expect continuation that will, of course, then trickle down into risk on assets like Bitcoin and crypto overall, and will lead to a really nice and juicy move here over the next couple of days to the upside. While the dollar index is coming down, if we continue to fall down here, most likely we're going to touch here the 106.5 level, and from there get a little bit of a bounce before we roll over and keep the downwards trajectory as the inauguration of Trump is closing in on us, because we are only 2 weeks away from that. Like in 2 weeks on that Monday, I think it is the 20th and not the 21st, so I think it's the 20th January where the inauguration is, and until then I expect the dollar index to drop here to the downside and give us really nice gains in risk on assets. Now, when we look at the Bitcoin weekly chart, also here exactly what we were talking about is unfolding in front of our eyes. I told you guys, if we close last week's candle as it is, we're gonna get here this week another candle pushing to the upside. You see here the RSI is bouncing off the moving average, as I was telling you about, and also the stochastic RSI is here this week potentially printing another buy signal. If we get that buy signal, that will give us the continuation signal on the higher time frames, and that can give us some sort of relief that we know, okay, there is another 2-3 months of upside before we go back into lower levels. And when we go into the 12-hourly chart, here I have to tell you guys, I still believe that today at some point we could see a move here close to $100,000, but here comes the but now. From there, we with a high certainty gonna turn around slightly, because look at this stochastic RSI here now flatlining and overbought conditions, the RSI going sideways down, and the MACD also a little bit shaking here. So for the matter of the fact that we are running here into resistance at $99,600, we potentially get a wick above that, a proper wick, then come back below that, go back to $98,400, consolidate a little bit, and then by the end of the week we get continuation to the upside. So, but that does not mean that altcoins will not run at that time here while Bitcoin is consolidating. So I expect altcoins to run while Bitcoin is going here on the higher time frames a little bit sideways before we get a proper move here. That will be only invalidated if we would get before a 4-hourly close above $99,700, because we are then above that sell cluster and that resistance that we have all the way down here. But for the time being, we are still trading below that, and I can only expect here that wick slightly above $100,000 to trap some long positions that will come in late, then turn around, take that liquidity, go back to the weekly open, which is exactly sitting at that $98,400 level, coinciding with the daily open, getting the bounce from there, and then move higher here over the next couple of days. So in terms of the MDX algo gradient, again, guys, if you want these indicators, there is a link in the description for that. In terms of the gradients, we are still here in a pinkish red phase. most likely something similar what we have seen over here, where you see a little bit of consolidation while we are slightly moving up. That's kind of looking similar what we have over here. So just give it maybe another 12, 24 hours, then we should get here the continuation and the heat up into another red phase on the gradients. And the same goes here with the reactor indicator. Here's nothing to worry about for now because we are nowhere close to a reversal indication here with a bearish divergence. So also here a lot of room to keep going to the upside. So now when we look at my trade on ZoomX, just before I started the stream, I was actually up $115,000. So we are pulling back a little bit. That's why I gave away like $20,000 in profit again. But look at my Solana trade. My Solana trade is waking up here right now. Really, really nice. I'm racking in here right now $130,000 in unrealized profits. I was sitting earlier at over $700,000 total equity on that account once again. So I reckon here by the end of the month, I will be sitting here at $1 million in this account. So it took me then 3-4 months roughly, 3 months, I think, 3 months to turn 100,000 into $1 million on this account. So just to show you guys that it is possible. Of course, I used a big amount, you know, to get to $1 million. But if you put it on a smaller scale, if I would have used $1,000, I would be sitting now at $10,000, you know, so or $10,000 to $100,000. And then I could have rinse and repeat that whole process from $100,000 to $1 million. You can do that in a couple of months. It is not something out of the realm of possibilities if you know what you're doing and especially are subscribed to this channel here. Really, really important, guys. So again, if you want to trade on ZoomX, there is a link in the description where you get up to $45,000 worth of sign-up bonuses. And it's a non-KYC exchange. So if you cannot use Bybit, that is the place to go for you guys, where we are printing these kind of unrealized profits, where we, of course, soon, really, really soon, when we get to $1 million, start taking a little bit of the chips off the table. Now, when we're going into the liquidation levels, first thing that I want to point out here is that we are trading finally above the 200 moving average here on the 4-hourly chart. The 50 moving average is coming up here. If we keep that angle, then again, by latest Thursday, so Wednesday to Thursday night, we're actually getting that golden cross here, where either just before, so that would actually by Wednesday, either by Wednesday or on Thursday, we will be trading up here, most likely for that golden cross. But I have to warn you, sometimes with these golden crosses, what's going to happen is you get a prematurely move into the liquidity up here just before the golden cross. Then that golden cross happens, price comes back again to the 200 moving average or close to it, bounces from there, only then continues to rally to the upside. So I just want to prepare you for that potential scenario. So I am right now, I'm not leaning to this to be playing out, but I just want to give it to you, just that you are not acting surprised if it's actually happening and Bitcoin is pulling back 2-3% into the 200 moving average and bounces off from there as support back to the upside. So here on the liquidation levels, here you see exactly what I told you guys. These high leverage short positions that were here are slowly disappearing. So they are taking profits, closing their positions, making sure not getting liquidated or ending up in a loss. So here, of course, at around $99,960, they're only okay. They're nicely up on a 100x leverage trade, but personally, I would take my money out there right now, you know, because you never know in the next coming hours when this is turning around, catches you off guard and liquidates you. So I rather would get out of that. The next bigger short squeeze will be triggered when we break here above $100,500 approximately. You also see that here on the liquidation heat map. If I go now to the 48 hours, so you see here, up here, $100,755 and here $100,500. So once we are tapping here into that area, you're going to get a nice short squeeze to around $102,000. There we might stop a little bit because there's not a lot of liquidity. Even if I go here over the last 2 weeks, I think there is, yeah, you see there's not a lot up here. So we need to consolidate then in this area a little bit before we get a further push to the upside. So now on the shorter time frames here on a 15 minutes chart, we had a falling wedge pattern over the last couple of hours playing out. We did not reach the full target yet, but if I would have traded this falling wedge pattern, I would have actually taken profit here, so I would have been now already out of this trade. You can, if you're not in a short-term Bitcoin trade, super short-term, you can technically enter at $99,200, so when we're above that resistance here, because the stochastic is about to bottom out here on a 50 minutes chart in the next 24 minutes, roughly giving us another buy signal, and most likely then we're gonna break also the $100,000 level for today. So that is a really short-term trade. Let me actually see here. Let me see here what we are looking at. So if I would trade to $102,000, so that's what I would do. So that would be kind of the setup that I would be using. So that is a scalp trade, guys. You know, so here I would be trading with like 25x leverage. 25x leverage would give me roughly over 70% of a profit by reaching the target, and potential what is this 10% of a stop loss if that trade goes against me. So that's a scalp trade for you guys. So now what did I find today that made me extremely bullish for the next coming days, weeks, and actually up to a couple months for Bitcoin? What I found was the Coinbase Premium Index. So, and I wanted to show you here something with the Coinbase Premium Index. So when you look here, when the Coinbase Premium Index is in the negative and starts to flip bullish, then Bitcoin is starting to rally like crazy to the upside. You can see this here from the beginning of November, where we went from roughly $82,000, $84,000 all the way up to $108,000. And then when we flipped here, tremendously negative again in the funding, then price also came down. So now we're on the verge to flip bullish again, while price is ramping up to push it to the upside. So that means only one thing. I can show it to you guys here also on this 1 hourly chart. If I go here quick into a daily chart and I go back over, let me actually zoom out here a little bit on the MACD. So, and then let's mark this 4th of November over here, 4th of November, there. So look at this. There, the Coinbase Premium was flipping positive. And look at this, that rally that we got from there. So if I take it here from the bottom to the top, so that was a 61% rally. So I'm not saying we're getting now a 61% rally over a span of 6 weeks roughly. So, but we have a lot of confluence for the Coinbase Premium to actually move higher here. We have here 99,750 as a resistance before we got that deviation here on the higher time frame. And we have at the same time the RSI being bullish. So if we now by tomorrow, while the Coinbase Premium is flipping bullish, most likely in the next 24 hours, we start to rally. So a 60% move would roughly get us like to 160,000 something dollars. So let me actually go up here. Yes, so that would put us like at $160,000. If it would be 60%, like I said, I'm not expecting immediately a 60% move, because if we go back into the Coinbase Premium Index, you see here along the way we also had some pullbacks. You know, so the higher we moved, we got pullbacks along the way. So that will not, of course, not go up in a straight line. You know, so but what I could imagine, where's the path? How we are going up here is all the way up to 120 roughly, then coming back here to 108 to retest this as support. Then we start pushing for 150, consolidate potentially a little bit, then push higher in the direction of $200,000. So that is most likely the outcome that we are going to see here once we get confirmation that the Coinbase Premium flipped here positive over the next coming weeks and months. So that might be the overall trajectory here that we can follow. So now when we look at Bybit, also here, I told you guys that this trade will flip positive again. So here my trade is right now up also $4,000, my Bitcoin trade. After I added yesterday, you can see it, I put my money where my mouth is. So I bought here, as I told you guys, at $97,200. If I go here to a 15 minutes chart, you can maybe actually see that. You see here how I sniped this when it came down. So here, $97,218. I bought at $97,291. So here, that's where I bought. Look what that was, kind of a sniper entry. And I gave it to you guys. You know, I told you that's the level where I want to get in. You can also see it in my order history if you don't believe me that I bought there. Here, limit market, both of them. Where was that? So there you see it, you know, so there you see it. I told you I'm gonna buy there, you know, so and I re-logged in after the stream and bought exactly where I told you guys, you know, so and that's why my trade is right now racking up these profits here. So, and I tell you, with Coty, it will happen too, you know, maybe another week or two, but it's going to happen. Again, if you want to trade with me together on Bybit, use the link in the description. And actually Bybit has again the airdrop position. I gonna later after the stream, I gonna put that link in the comment section. I forgot to do that now, to put it in the description. So if you want the $500 airdrop position, you can sign up with the current link in the description. But if you want to be safe, wait until the stream is over. Then I'm gonna put a link in the comment section for that. So, or let me see, can I pull this up now? No, I cannot pull this up now, unfortunately. So, but I'm gonna do it after this. Maybe, wait, let me see. I can actually do that from my phone. I can do it from my phone and get into the stream and do it from there. So just give me a second here for you guys. So copy, that's what I'm gonna do. And that's way, way, way easier for me to do something like this. So there we go. Up. So there. Come on. So let's see if it will actually post with my own account. That's interesting. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So I'm gonna pin this. There we go, guys. So there you have it if you want it. So let's move on here. Don't want to waste too much time with that. So here also the Bitcoin dominance is doing exactly what I told you guys yesterday. I told you when Bitcoin starts to be moving here back to the upside, you're going to see the dominance spiking back above the 57.15% level. So most likely when we break through the $101,000 mark, you get here another leg closer to 57.7%. But again, it will be just a lower high, maybe some consolidation here downwards then before you get a bigger leg than on the Bitcoin dominance into lower levels, which will then trigger, of course, altcoins to rally much, much higher. So on the total free market cap, we are just consolidating below that resistance of 1.04 to $1.06 trillion. Here I still expect at some point that we come a little bit lower. So, but it doesn't have to happen anymore, guys. And let me tell you why. Because the candle 2 days ago, yesterday actually, came down to $1.01 trillion. So it is possible that this was that downwards move that I was waiting for, and that we are now in the first leg of that move over here. So because we came here also down back to the same level, now we are starting to move back to the upside. So that is possible. We're gonna know that in the next 48 hours. If that is actually the case, if you see the total free market cap entering here into that resistance block and potentially breaking out before the weekend into higher levels. And when we look at Ethereum, Ethereum is still consolidating within that parallel channel. I don't want to call it a flag anymore because the pole is now shorter than the flag itself. So once you get a breakout here, the technical target still applies from the ascending triangle that we had here to the upside to roughly $3,940. That is the most important level to watch here with the $4,000 level, because once we are breaking above the $4,000 level, here also I don't believe that we will come back in the near future below $4,000. Once that is happening, the indicators are also telling us on the 1 hourly time frame that we are potentially ramping up here for another leg to the upside. As already mentioned here, that might go into $3,720 before we get somewhere in between that range here of $3,800 to $3,720. A small pullback, and after that pullback, you get here a move into that resistance cluster of 3,870 and $3,822. Solana also getting ready for a nice break here of the $220 mark. I also gonna pull up the chat here again. Was this the? Yeah, this is the correct chat. Yes. So just wanted to have a look at that. So overall, again, guys, you knew when I called for it. I called all the way down here for that fifth impulse wave on the Elliott wave count, and we are halfway through it, guys. So I hope that a lot of you guys were able to get in down here, because since then we are massively up. So if you look here at this, so we are up already 23%. So and if we are getting anywhere close to $300, it will be almost 66% within what is this? Basically 3-4 weeks. 3-4 weeks, guys. So here you see strong move in Solana right now. Once we're breaking here this line, you're gonna get continuation. Here is another bull flag potentially forming, something like this. So then you see here already that gets us back above $255 as a technical target, and the indicators are all extremely bullish here. These RSI pointing to the upside in bullish territory, MACD about to turn around. Stochastic RSI has a lot of room to go higher here. We only need to get through the $220 mark and clear that sell block to reach here the next level of $250. So then AVAX is running currently into the next resistance level. That's why we are getting a short-term rejection, a small one, here at $44.61. You see also on the 4-hourly chart, stochastic is turning around, RSI is turning around, MACD also starts slowly turning around. So we might consolidate here a little bit before we get continuation, but I also want to remind you guys, I told you yesterday, enter from here. If you would have done, you would be still up roughly 5% on your trade. So you can sit this out while we come down here a little bit, most likely coming back to $42.80, which is not an insane move back to the downside. It's roughly a 3% move. And from there, you're going to get then the fuel needed to push here past $44.60 or $45, so to speak, with a continuation into $55. Then TON is one of the trades that I opened on my other two accounts based off the breakout of that falling wedge pattern. I think we did this live yesterday together. So here you see we got a rejection from the downward sloping trend line that is still acting as resistance, but the stochastic is here in the next 6 hours bottoming out again. The RSI is more or less going sideways. We got here some nice wicks that shows definitely some interest in keeping the price above $5.70. So here in the next coming hours, I expect a push above that trend line into the golden ratio here, and only from the golden ratio I expect a bigger pullback again before we get a continuation in direction of $7. Then when we are looking at Mantra Network, also here something that caught my eye today was the bullish setup that we have here. We have a symmetrical triangle shaping up. And we are trading above the mid-range of that overall trading range that we are in since mid-November. So once that level here is broken of roughly $4, yeah, let it be $4. So once we break $4, that is the most safest entry with at least a 15-minute candle close here. Let me actually make this another color here. So there. So once we break above that, that is your last point of entry before this is going here to $4.35. and most likely pushing into $5, $6 in the coming weeks. So, and that can also happen really quickly. I just want to remind you here of these crazy moves here into that range, and also here within that range, these crazy moves, you know. So if we get a move like this out of the range, that will put us really quickly within the same day close to $5, you know. So let's say it would happen from a $4 trigger point, you know, so going here to like $5 2 or something, that is a 26% move within a matter of a couple of hours if we pull something similar that we have done to get into that trading range here in the past. So to the downside, also levels that you can watch here would be anything back to $3.85 to set some limit orders. Again, I would split this 50-50 and then use the free phase plan that you guys know about to ladder further in on the way up into the position, or if we would break lower to keep dollar cost averaging lower into the position, depending on which direction comes first here. So then with Sui is still fighting with that golden ratio here, but also when you look at this on the 4-hourly chart, we are forming here a pennant, or again a symmetric, a triangle, however you want to see that, but this might be actually more a pennant. So and then it depends on how bullish you want to be on that. So I like to be a little bit more conservative. So here with the technical target that get us here, I did not rehearse that, guys. You know, I don't make this up. So here, confluence at the 2.272 level, $5.95 for Sui on the next major leg to the upside. The 4-hourly is bottoming out here on a stochastic and on the MACD, while the RSI is still extremely bullish. So here I expect definitely a bigger move pretty soon. I actually need to have a look here on my phone on the sideline what Bitcoin is doing to better understand from where that move is coming. But yeah, so I think when Bitcoin goes over $100,000, that will trigger then that move also in Sui to go here in direction of $6 really quickly. Then Cardano also still bullish, even though that we potentially get a small fake out here out of that bull pennant that we are currently seeing. Also here, a rather conservative technical target, $26.27. Here, really, so yeah, we are bouncing already back here. So that might be a really good chance to get in right now, guys. You know, so I would not wait for a break if you're a little bit risk adverse, you know, remember, guys, and not crazy leverage. If you are wanting to take advantage of, like to have 2.5% more of a profit plus the leverage that you're using, right now is the moment to enter this, you know. So just set your stop loss then to $1.03. So that is like a 2.5% stop loss against like a 20% move to the, a 16% move to the upside. So, but this might actually push even higher than that, you know. So from what I see here, the indicators. So next one is Aptos. Aptos also about to turn around here, going most likely reclaiming the $10 mark. Same thing, once Bitcoin goes above $100,000, you're going to see that break here of the downward sloping trend line that has formed here on the 50 minutes chart. So and here I would also not wait really long, you know. So when you get here the confirmation on the buy signal and the RSI pointing a little bit more up to the upside with a break of the downward sloping trend line, I would enter this to traders here into $11.13, $10.96 for a short-term trade, you know. So, but this might be also a good point below $10 to accumulate spot a last time, because who knows if we ever come back below $10 once we are forming support above $10. Then Link consolidating here currently at resistance. We most likely come back here to like $22.70 one more time before you get the next leg, potentially even a little bit lower to like $22. So set some limit orders there, because the next leg will get you all the way up here to $31. Did I want to? Yeah, and then Doge. Doge really interesting here with that move that we got 3 days ago. So that confirmed basically here that lower high, or here the higher low section, however you want to see that. So we are forming here on the daily chart If I go into a lower time frame, you would see a little bit better, somewhat of a handle, of a cup and handle. So here, that is your cup. If I go here, for example, into a 4-hourly time frame, you could argue that we are forming here somewhat of a handle right now. So if you look at this here, so that could be the handle of your cup and handle. And then here would be, so I would do this something like this. So and then here your technical target would be roughly 47 cents to the upside from 38 cents. So that is like a 20% move-ish, 21.8% move to the upside. So here I would definitely wait for that break of 30, let it be 39 cents, 39 cents with a with a 30-minute and 1-hourly candle close before I would jump into this. But this can also happen here fairly quickly when I look at the indicators. They're looking like that they want to turn around and push here higher. So I'm gonna go here really quickly into 2-3 coins that you guys are requesting. Let's see what we have in the chart. Let's see here. What are we gonna get into? I was actually looking. Okay, XRP, because I see 3 people ask for XRP, 3 separate people. So I should have a look at XRP for you guys. So let's do that quick. Up. So XRP, here's my XRP chart. Let's put this on the daily. Oh, wow. So this is an XRP chart where I did not chart anything. Where is my other XRP chart? Let's see if we can find it quick. XRP. Ah, there we go. XRP long. Let's see. I did actually not check if this was now an old chart or not. What's this? This must be an old chart. Did I chart here something? No, I did not. Okay, let's forget about this and stay with this one here. So what I see here immediately is this downward sloping trend line that has not been broken yet. So, and actually we are forming here a big symmetrical triangle. So I can tell you once that is breaking out, that will be a nice move for XRP to the upside. I think I still have an XRP trade running myself. I still have one running myself, actually, from $2.18 or something like this. When we came down here a couple of days ago, so from down here, I have this running. So here cannot really make out anything besides here that upward sloping trend line. So here I would basically just, if I wanted to open a new position on Ripple, I would wait for another 4-hourly candle, so not the current one, the following one, to see if we can hold $2.38. You know, if we can hold this and we move a little bit higher and we are breaking on the shorter time frames, so really shorter term time frames, this downward sloping trend line here at the same time, I would enter somewhere here between that downward sloping trend line and that horizontal level here to take advantage of that breakout that is coming here really soon. We are close to, again, the breakout point that is somewhat here starting and going over all the way over here. So that is your breakout window. So if I extend this, let me extend this here until the lines are converging. Yes, so that is your breakout window. So you see, we actually just entered this with the current 4-hourly candle, but I would not expect immediately a breakout. So maybe a little bit consolidation here into Thursday, and then you get this move out of that symmetrical triangle, pushing here in direction of $3 again. Let me have a look here further. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. So let me actually see here. Guys, let's smash up the like button a little bit more. Let's get at least to 200 likes on this video. We are at 166 while I'm looking here at some coins that you guys are requesting. I think I did speak. Yeah, I spoke about Cardano. So go back and watch Cardano, guys. Yeah, actually, Neo we can do. Let's do Neo. Come on, guys. Okay, there we go. There we go. There the ticker is going up a little bit. I think I had here, no, not on Binance. Where did I had my Neo chart? Also here. Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So also here, Neo is right now at resistance. Look at this here. Let me actually make a zone out of this. So when you look here at this, so we're kind of like here in that resistance zone here. Currently, I need to make this different color. Red, more red. So once we break through this, let me see here. Is here another down? Yeah, so we broke already the bump and run pattern here to the upside. We got a throwback to the trend line. So now is the run upcoming, the uphill run. So, and that is roughly your technical target from that uphill run. So that would put NEO to $19.67 roughly. So that is a 23% move-ish from current price. 20%, yeah, roughly 20% move. Once we are breaking above $16.50. So you need a break of $16.50. Then I would enter this. If we come back down, back to like $16, or even all the way down to $15.35 to touch one more time this trend line here, I would buy as much as I can, because also here I believe once we are breaking through this massive level here of $16.50, that we are also not seeing this for a really, really long time. Once you see NEO taking off here, because this is most likely what NEO is going to do on the way to the upside here. Just let's make this different color. So that's most likely how it's how it will look like here. Yeah, that is your trajectory for NEO once we're breaking $16.50. So I'm gonna do one more. So let's see here. So we did NEO. Casper, I talked yesterday about. Did I not have a render chart? I looked actually, when I was preparing the stream, I was looking at render. Render was not looking interesting. There's nothing happening right now on render. You know, it's it's already gone. You know, for a trade setup, it makes no sense to talk about this. It's already up, you know, so it's under resistance and will most likely start consolidating soon. So, but let's have a look here at something else. Let's have a look at Beam. Oh, I think Bitcoin is moving. Is it? No, slightly, not crazy. So here, Beam. Oh, where can this come from? So here, Beam. I know that we spoke about this a couple of days ago. So now we have here a little bit more of a trend line established, finally. So here I would wait. Yeah, you need to wait for like a move to 2 cents 87. Only from there I would enter this. Or the other scenario is you get another sweep of these lows here at 2 cents 77. That would be the other scenario where I would consider to get in. We are forming here somewhat on a smaller time frame, a falling wedge. And also here we are too early, you know, for a breakout potentially. So the breakout will happen here for me, it will be tomorrow afternoon. So by my tomorrow afternoon, so which will be from now roughly in, so let me calculate this. So this is like in 16 hours-ish. Yeah, in 12 to 16 hours-ish, that's when I would expect a break here. And then you need to wait. So yeah, then you can enter from that break, you know, so but then you still need to watch if this downward sloping trend line is going to break. If this trend line breaks, I expect a really quick move here into 3 cents 0.1. So if we can reclaim that horizontal resistance, support resistance flip level, then you're going to get expansion into 3 cents and 6, also rather sooner than later. And guys, that's it for today's stream here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow I'm gonna do a stream around this maybe earlier, I'm not sure yet, potentially earlier. So don't forget, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you potentially a little bit earlier with more money tomorrow.